Sadhguru, nowadays we see a lot of young people are in relationships. So, a public display of affection, PDA, is quite common and popular among the young generation. And it's very normal for all of us to, hug our friends or kiss our partners openly in front of others. But if we say our previous generation, they consider PDA as something vulgar. So it's very strange that how love offends someone. So my question is that whose outlook do you support? Is it the young generation or your own generation?
What makes you think you're younger than me, huh? No, I don't agree that you're younger than me. So, there are many aspects to this question. You said today young people have relationships. Unfortunately, you have come to a place where you think that a relationship means it must be body-based. There must be something biological involved. Biology is a part of our life. But the significance of becoming human compared to other creatures is, they are complete biology. We are only part biology. We have other dimensions to us. We have an intelligence, we have an emotion, we have a consciousness which is of another dimension. Biology is only one part of us. If an earthworm says, I have a relationship and both of them tangle each other, I understand. If when a human being says, I have a relationship, it could be a friend, it could be a brother, it could be a sister, it could be a variety of relationships and also body-based relationships. So this thing about using the word relationship only with biological stuff is essentially because somewhere unknowingly, maybe because of internet, you gotten enslaved to America. It all started in United States. Relationship means it has to be opposite sex or something sexual. Why can't you hold relationships of other kind? Hello? Are we not capable, I'm asking? Can't we have very intimate, profound relationships with people without fondling their bodies, I'm asking? Possible or no? Biology is not the most prominent aspect of being human. It is there. It's not something that you can, put it under the carpet. It is very much there, but it is not the dominant aspect of being human. With other creatures it is so, with a human being, the most significant aspect of who we are is our intelligence, our emotion, our consciousness. These are big things. Body is just one part of it. I am not saying you must ignore the body is there. Now when you say young people, you're talking about those people whose intelligence has been hijacked by hormones. When you were 10 years of age, you looked at people, everybody was fine, they were quite okay. You became 14, 15, you looked at them, every little bump on their body suddenly became a world by itself. Yes or no? You have to wait for some more time. When the hormonal thing goes down, then you look at people, again they're all looking normal. So, it's not a question of right and wrong, it's not a question of morality, it is just a question of priority. What kind of priority do you want to give to your own bodily compulsions? Delhi, just now when I was coming to your college, somebody in a main street was standing there and urinating. When he feels like it, he does it. What's the problem? Hello? Any problem? No problem, because when you feel like it, you do whatever you want and you think it's your right. He also thinks it is right. When he feels like it, he urinates on the street. What's wrong? Dogs are doing it, donkeys are doing it, cattle are doing it, everybody's doing it. Be natural. This is the philosophy you're talking about. I'm saying, there is a certain sanctity to relationships, especially body-based relationships. If you don't maintain that sanctity, it'll become, after some time, vulgarity, definitely. So somebody is seeing it before you, that if you go like this tomorrow, it'll lead to something else. This does not mean being a moral prude, no. But if you don't maintain that sanctity, you will regret that how relationships will become, how much pain they can bring in your life later on, you will see. So you're talking about previous generation, I don't belong to that, nor do I belong to your generation, I belong to the future generations, that's why I'm like this. The previous generation that you're talking about was a generation which came just post-independence. You must understand their reality. They lived as an occupied nation for a period of time. Some of them fought, others slinked around. Whichever way, their ideas of morality essentially was of their master. It is British prudery that they carried within themselves. Their idea of being right is that they must be in a straitjacket all the time. You don't have to go by that, nor do you have to do something stupid in reaction to that. You must conduct your life sensibly. You must conduct your life in such a way that this will work for you for your entire life in some sense. You do something wacky today and there may be a payment tomorrow. So why don't you think it through? What is the best thing to do? How much of what to do? Isn't it? How much of what should I do? How much of body? How much of intelligence? How much of emotion? How much of consciousness? In your life you must decide which should dominate your life. Accordingly you conduct it, it's fine. Somebody doesn't like it, they need not see it.
March 1st, senior students of Isha Homeschool, soon to graduate, gleaned insights from Sadhguru.
I know this is a thing that's happening everywhere in the world. I'm sure every student who's moving from school phase to maybe university phase or vagabond phase, they're all thinking, what subject? If we are thinking life, we should not think in terms of subjects, academic subjects. We should think in terms of what would we like to create for ourselves and for the world around us. So if you say, this is what I want to create, then how to equip yourself for that? What sort of education, what sort of institution, what sort of subjects will empower me to create what I want? That's the way to go. At this age, you must put in substantial physical and spiritual sadhana so that when time comes, when life gives you an opportunity to do things, your body and your mind should not hold you back.
March 1st, ladies from the Ludhiana, Coimbatore and Chennai chapters of FICCI Ladies Organization meet with Sadhguru in the ashram.
We are still one leader standing up here, one leader standing up there. There is no leadership in the society. So anybody, if you meet 10 people in your day, every day let's say you're meeting 10 people, there are three things you can do. You can impact those 10 people positively or negatively, or you can let it pass by. Most people are letting it pass by, few people do negative things, very few people are doing positive things wherever they can. So this is an opportunity that we have every moment, and this is the only way a truly healthy society will come up, that everybody is seeing how to impact positively wherever they are, in whatever little opportunity that they have.
March 2nd and 3rd, meet with Isha Yoga teachers in the scenic Nilgiris. March 5th, former chairman of ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, joined the Rally for Rivers National Board. More plans were chalked out at a board meeting in Bengaluru as the rally enters the execution phase in cooperation with state governments. March 6th, Isha Foundation was recognized as Green Crusader of the Year at the 8th Annual IAA Olive Crown Awards for its work in creating a greener environment through Project Green Hands and Rally for Rivers. In a conversation with Sudhanshu Vats, Group CEO of Viacom 18, Sadhguru gave an update about the Rally for Rivers draft policy recommendations to revitalize India's rivers.
So I was looking at how to make an ecological initiative into a win-win for all the people concerned. When I said all the people concerned, one thing is the fundamental entity is the river. And immediately there are farmers and the communities which live there. And there are local governments and there are people who live in the cities. And there is a larger government. All of them should benefit, otherwise this will not happen. Somebody will put spanner in the works. So this is how the policy was constituted. Fortunately today, the government has received this as a very uniquely positive policy, and from Niti Aayog, it's in the Prime Minister's office, and I think in a few days the thing will go out. The advisory will go out for all the chief ministers, what they should do in those states. Almost in toto, it's being accepted, almost all the recommendations.
March 9th, Sadhguru presents the first copy of the book, Fulfilling Bapu's Dreams, Prime Minister Modi's tribute to Gandhiji, to the Honourable President of India, Shri Ram Nath Kovind, at Rashtrapati Bhavan. The book captures Gandhiji's vision for a clean Bharat. March 10th, Sadhguru speaks at the first reunion of alumni of Harvard Business School's Owners and Presidents Management Program, which was attended by 85 successful entrepreneurs from over 30 countries.
So business has to raise its consciousness from making money to creating something, because only if you create something that's useful for me, I'm going to be a part of your business, isn't it? So this is how businesses should grow, and that's how they're growing. But that's not how people are experiencing. People are thinking they're just here to make money. No. Every business is in some way is addressing human well-being, isn't it? Whether you make a safety pin or a spacecraft, essentially it's about human well-being. The moment you forget it, you will suffer your business. If you are conscious of this, you will do wonderful business very joyfully and with great sense of fulfillment.
March 11th, over 20 rural girls from nearby villages of Isha Yoga Center were initiated into Bharatnatyam. March 11th, Mumbai, Sadhguru was named Outstanding Personality of the Year at the Hello Hall of Fame Awards 2018 for Rally for Rivers. On this occasion, Sadhguru announced that anyone can freely download his videos and share them. March 13th, Sadhguru initiates young full-time volunteers at Isha Yoga Center into a sadhana. March 14th, BSF top commanders who participated in the Inner Engineering Retreat program at the ashram have a session with Sadhguru.
Few human beings choose something more important than survival in their lives. It could be a cause, it could be a nation, it could be love, it could be devotion. So those human beings who choose something beyond survival, they always know life in a completely different way than those who just live for survival. Maybe they will never know the comforts that other people know, but they will know life that other people will never know. So, we are the same tribe that way. None of us know any comfort. 7 days of the week we're on. But we know something that
Those who sleep in the afternoon will not know.
March 21st, the Permanent Mission of India to the United Nations, in association with Isha Foundation, held a special event at the UN headquarters in New York, where Sadhguru spoke about water, sanitation and women's empowerment. He detailed how aggregation of micro-irrigation and marketing for farmers can financially empower women and eventually result in better sanitation. March 22nd, World Water Day. Sadhguru spoke at the United Nations for the launch of the International Decade for Action, Water for Sustainable Development, 2018 to 2028.
It's really a fantastic day today that we are talking about a decade of action, not decade of talking, a decade of action, which is a very good terminology and very good intention. Now we have to get into action. Obviously, United Nations does not have geographical presence, it is the nations on the ground which need to act. So whatever the advisories, whatever the decisions made, must become policies in every nation.
March 22nd, Isha celebrated World Water Day with a bicycle rally by 100 volunteer students that created awareness in nearby villages. 200 full-time Rally for Rivers volunteers planted 3,600 trees, shrubs and bushes, comprising of 200 different species in a 6-acre piece of land. This man-made forest will demonstrate how trees will naturally draw birds, squirrels and other wildlife. The day culminated with cultural performances by Isha Homeschool and Isha Samskriti. March 24th, a gathering of over 6,000 attended the Mystic Eye program in Toronto.
See, all of us are sitting here in the same hall, breathing the same air, maybe we eat the same kind of food. We are in the same time zone except a few people. No, I'm just nasty, that's all, it's okay. But this moment how I am within myself, I will not exchange this for anything in the universe. You give me anything, there is no deal for this. Because this is far more than anything that you can ever possess. And every human being has it. Only thing is not invested anything in the direction. There's nobody here who doesn't have it. See, Kala Bhairava karma is of one nature, Kala Bhairava Shanti is of a different nature. If you're talking about people who have been long dead means dead for more than 48 days or 90 days, they're dead, or let's say more than 9 months, they're dead. So they're long dead. 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, not much different. Beyond 12 years, beyond 11.5 years, beyond 4,356 days, there is a difference. Within that, if a person died, see the problem is this, that one must understand, socially here for us, death is death. How they died doesn't matter. The person is missing, that's all we know, being here. But death is not the same thing for all, as life is not the same thing for all. So many millions of children are born every day. Do all of them play out the life the same way? Similarly, so many million people die every day, or hundreds of thousands of people die every day, and life does not play out death does not play out the same way, because death is just another dimension of life. Similarly, as life does not play out the same way for every person, death does not play out the same way for every being, it all depends on how. So, Shanti is done more as a kind of an effort. If any help is needed, we want to provide that for our ancestors, for our forefathers, or our grandfathers, or fathers, or mothers, or whoever. What is the help that we are trying to provide? What can we do? It is like this. I'm continuing to use this analogy for quite some time because I think that's the best analogy we have found yet. Like a bubble. See, in my personal experience, when you leave the body, depending upon what level of evolution you are in, how thin or thick your casing is, accordingly things happen. If something is, let us say, your casing or your bubble is too thick, it cannot break, it will go to the river and bounce back. What is the river? River is a stream of energy, a kind of energy which is neither life nor death, but a completely different kind of energy, which, for lack of words, we can say a kind of energy which saves you, dissolves you, so it is called as Vaitarni in Indian tradition. Vaitarni means, it is a savior, one who is good at saving you. So what is the saving? It is not a physical river, it's a metaphorical expression, but there is a stream of energy. When disembodiment happens, naturally every being moves towards this river. Some will bounce back, some will soak in it, some will easily cross it, some just dissolve right there. So if somebody crossed the river or somebody bounced back, these two people you can help. If they have bounced back or if they've still not crossed the river, let's not say bounce back, they've still not crossed the river, now you do Kala Bhairava karma. Now they might have, you don't know for sure, they might have crossed the river, but still because of the thickness of their shell and their own attitudes, they may be going through this in an unpleasant manner. You want to bring some pleasantness, you want to bring some shanti to them. So you want to shave off one layer of their nonsense, whatever, maybe some unpleasantness will go away and pleasantness will happen. This is all the effort that you're making. If they're already pleasant, you still want to shave off one layer so that they will cease altogether. Pleasantness is also a bondage. As unpleasantness is a bondage, pleasantness is also a bondage. Unfortunately, with pleasantness, people take more time to realize that it's a bondage. With unpleasantness, very easily you realize it's a bondage. So, you are trying to bring some pleasantness, but for sure you don't know. Maybe your grandfather or whoever else has already dissolved, maybe there's nothing to do. You don't know, but you still do as a duty so that in case he needs it, in case somebody else… See, this is… once you do this work, this is not only individual, because there is a certain Runanabandha which connects people. Suppose you do Kala Bhairava Shanti for your grandfather, but he doesn't need it, he's already gone. Now, your grandfather's brother may be there, whom you don't care about, but he may benefit. I hope it's okay with you. Because your grand-uncle benefited, maybe you didn't like him, I don't know what's the situation, but he may get help. So people connected with that kind of Runanabandha may get helped, somebody else who is not even your relative may get helped. So, this has been kept as a culture that you must keep doing Kala Bhairava Shanti. It doesn't matter whether your ancestors are hanging around there or not, we don't know. Maybe they've dissolved, maybe they've attained to mukti, maybe they're come back and reborn and again, it doesn't matter what, you keep doing it so that all the related people will benefit from that. Pitru Paksha means… Pitru means doesn't just mean your father or your grandfather. Everybody who is the source of our existence is our Pitru. So you want that to happen to all the people connected. It doesn't matter, we like them, we didn't like them, we knew them, we did not know them, but all related people to whom we can do something, we do something.
Each of these videos is a construction, and whoever reaches the end is helping to sustain this work. If this content resonated with you, leave a comment, share it, subscribe, and of course, give it a like. Also, take a look at the links in the description. There are more paths for you to explore. Thanks a lot, big hug, and see you in the next video.